Hello, I'm Marcus, and I'm going to be answering some questions about the time I spent studying in France. I live in London. I studied in France between 2016 and 17 at ENA in Strasbourg. I was working towards a diploma in international public administration, and at the time I worked for the British Foreign Ministry, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. Since then I have changed jobs, so I now work on Europe policy at a tech company. So this is probably the easiest one. 3 reasons. First, ENA's reputation. It has an incredibly strong reputation globally as one of the top schools in public administration. Second reason, I just wanted to learn more about French language and French culture. Before coming to Strasbourg, I had spent 5 years working in Francophone Africa, so often very closely with my French counterparts in the diplomatic service. And third reason, the Foreign Ministry had, and still has, a really strong relationship with ENA, so they support students to continue their professional development by studying there. So many to choose from. I did my stage in Marseille at Business France, and my colleagues there taught me some brilliant French idioms. My favourite one was "Ça casse pas trois pas un canard," or in English, roughly that means "it's nothing to write home about." So living in Strasbourg meant that I was really close to all of the wonderful nature in Alsace, so the Route de Vin, the Vosges. I remember really fondly cycling along sections of the Route de Vin in the summer with the sunlight streaming through the vineyards, and obviously lots of stops for tastings along the way. Career first. After coming back to London from ENA, I worked in the team in the Foreign Ministry that led on the UK-France bilateral relationship. And having been to ENA helped me build those relationships with my colleagues at the French Embassy in London and also my counterparts in Paris, because I could understand the French administration, the way of doing things, a lot better than I ever could without having had that experience. And second, personally, it was really incredible to learn and to be immersed in the culture of the UK's biggest, nearest neighbour for a year, and all the learning that happened because of that. I can combine those two into one answer. I remember lots of discussions about how to craft the perfectly balanced cheese board. Getting the balance right between hard and soft cheeses, cow and sheep, strong and mild flavours, and I still serve cheese boards to dinner guests when I invite people around today. Thanks very much. Bye.